Boy, logical perspective, and I'm back for another live, y'all. Um, so in this live, we're gonna touch on, and I'm in my office, by the way. And I just moved in my spot, in the office space. So got my computer in front of me. We're gonna go live and touch on a couple topics. Well, I want to talk about the Shannon Sharp getting fired from ESPN after settling the lawsuit. Um, and then I also want to touch on the CEO from the Coldplay concert. That's kind of late, but I want to touch on it anyway. So y'all tap in, man. If anybody watching, anybody come in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But we're gonna get on this, get the show on the road. So I'm gonna touch on the Coldplay situation first, the concert. So here's my take. So for one, the CEO can't sue anybody because it's not as if he knew the Coldplay knew who that was, or anybody that's affiliated with the show knew who that was. So it's really not much he can do about that. But I would say, honestly, he could, because, and this is my honest, without trolling, this is my honest analysis on that situation. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you gotta watch, when your significant other works at a company and they spend a lot of time with these people and a lot of late hours, long hours with somebody, they get acquainted with them on a personal and unprofessional level. And sometimes they get so acquainted that it become romantic. So when your significant other, whether you're a male or female, working at a job, and unfortunately this stuff happens because you spend so much time around that person, y'all get to know each other, and that's what a work boyfriend, work girlfriend, work husband, come into work wife come into play, which is extremely unprofessional and unfortunate. When you see this stuff happen, man, you got to really vet this stuff very quickly and understand that it's not right. You got to keep open lines of communication with your partner. I never understood why people appreciate you hitting that like button. I never understood why people come in, right, and they want to work. They want to work these jobs. What's up, Aunt? How you doing? They want to work these. They want to work these jobs, right? 2 a.m. Mink, how you doing? They come in these jobs. Easton, what's going on? They work these jobs, right? And they I just never understand it. Like, these people, they come in, they come together, and they build these bonds with each other, right? And then it goes to that level. Um, I would say how women and men cheat, right? Women cheat emotionally, right? So women, a lot of the times before they move on, they do cheat, but they do it privately. So they cheat. They're very sneaky, and a lot of times they'll move on emotionally before they start to move on physically. So everything starts to happen, slowly, and then once it starts to happen like that, boom, what I'm saying, out of nowhere, I can't do this anymore. With us, it tends to take a lot for men to move on in relationships. A lot of men, we tend to like, just, we kind of do our shit, a little bit more stoic, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. But the fact that he got caught on camera like that at a concert, he was just got caught lacking. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens, but he can't sue nobody for that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was stupid for him, or if he did say that, or if that was a rumor, that's stupid. It's not like he knew or they knew that that individual. You know what I'm saying, was working. Them two individuals working for the company they work for, but you got to be a lot more careful than that. You know what I'm saying? To put yourself in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you're gonna cheat, man, just go somewhere, you can't be seen. I'm not condoning cheating at all. Don't get it fucked up. But don't put yourself in that position to be caught, you know what I'm saying, if you gonna be out there doing stuff like that. I just think that's goofy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, moving on from that, I want to touch bases on, the current news. That's the old news, but in the world of media, that shit old, even though it happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm gonna play this video, just the audio of Gilbert Arenas being arrested by the feds and Shannon Sharp. What's up? So I'm just gonna, I was just having some chit chat about the CEO and the lady from the same company getting caught at this Coldplay concert or whatever. But that's all. But I'm about to get into this other video. What's up, Silas? What's happening? So I'm about to get into this other video about Gilbert Arenas being arrested by the feds and Shannon Sharp being fired by ESPN. That's cool, Alex. So I want to touch on this, right? So apparently today, Gilbert Arenas got picked up by the feds. And it's unfortunate, bro, that, appreciate it, bro. He got picked up by the feds today, for an alleged, sting, into a place he was renting out. And, well, he already caught his bond, $50,000. He made bond and whatnot. And yeah, he's free now. But allegedly he's saying, after he got, caught the bond and got free, that it was just him renting the place out. He didn't have anything to do with it. But, yeah. And then the Shannon Sharp situation, he got fired by ESPN today. And I'm going to watch, Anton Daniels' perspective, and I'm going to give my input.
Keep being lazy about cleaning your apartment. No, seriously. Home Aglow will clean it for just $9. Home Aglow washes and folds your laundry, organizes your cabinets, cleans your fridge, and oven wipes down your windows. They'll even
so we're watching Anton Daniels' reaction to it, and I'm going to give my
seriously.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com.
So we're watching Anton Daniels' reaction to the Shannon Sharp getting fired, video. And then I'm gonna give my input.
I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I want to give you guys an update and bring you up to speed on what's going on with this Shannon Sharp situation. Per The Athletic, ESPN has cut ties with Shannon Sharp less than 2 weeks after he settled a lawsuit in which his ex-girlfriend accused him of rape. Sources tell Andrew Marshall.
R word, by the way. R word,
Sharp
YouTube.
has not been on the network since late April. ESPN declined to comment. Now, let me give y'all a little bit of an update, right? And that Shannon Sharp stepped away from ESPN. And I also got to give Jason Whitlock a little bit of credit, because a while ago, Jason Whitlock actually called me. He said that Shannon Sharp is not going to be going back to ESPN. And I vividly remember it because I was thinking to myself, I don't know. Shannon Sharp is a pretty
I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I ain't doing that.
A lot of things can be overlooked when you bring in ratings. A lot of things can be overlooked when you generate revenue for the network. They're willing to endure.
So I'm gonna say this, like, just from listening to the first, minute or so, bro, it ain't never worth it, bro. It ain't no cheeks in the world. I think he settled for $20 million, $10 million per cheek. Bro, it ain't that serious, bro. It ain't that much fucking goddamn cheek clapping in the world. It ain't no woman on this fucking earth worth me being sued for $20 million, bro. I mean, settling for $20 million, sued for 50. Ain't no fucking way. These dudes gotta understand that these women, they out to get you, bro. We gotta stop being so mesmerized by how thick these women are nowadays and how good they look, and just take it as that. These dudes be bored, bro. They got all this money, all this time on their hands, and they got access to any woman they want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna touch back on the CEO situation, right? 90% of these women want 10% of men. Why couldn't that woman that was with the CEO go get her own man if she just got divorced, right? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't she go get her own man, bro? Why does she have to? Why does she have to go with that man? You know what I'm saying? Why do they gotta go after somebody that's already accounted for? Because a lot of women just want what they can't have, and that's always been that way since the beginning of the time. These women, with all the men that are available, they choose they stay sought they stay going after the men that aren't available, and it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? 90% of women want 10% of men. It doesn't make sense to me, and it never will. But hey, it is what it is. Let's continue with this video.
With you, or maybe not, right? Because obviously we see that they don't see that Shannon Sharpe is valuable enough to the brand, to the Disney brand. Because remember, ESPN is owned by Disney. He is not valuable enough to the Disney brand for them to continue to do business with him. Now, I am also pretty sure, because that's the way that things goes like this, I'm pretty sure that in his contract, there was a provision that highlighted how, ESPN wouldn't necessarily be liable for keeping him on the network if he found himself at the behest or in a situation where his integrity or his reputation were called into question. And this is one of the reasons why it's important for us to have this conversation, is that dig discipline. And I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Dig discipline is highly important.
I'll pause it right there. He is completely correct. Bruh, we got to start being disciplined with our head. And I ain't talking about our head up here. I'm talking about fellas with your other head. We got to start being disciplined, bro. Understand, fellas, y'all the prize, bro. And one mistake like the one Shannon Sharpe made can be the difference between you having to come off a wad of cash, you know what I'm saying, via a lawsuit, and keeping everything, all the motion you got going, and not, you know what I'm saying? And one mistake with one woman, and these women are looking for paydays, bro. He knows this because he's an ex-NFL player, bro. He knows this. And these dudes, and with him, he's 50-some years old, bro. And they continue to make these mistakes, bro. Because he can't, think with his head and not his head. You know what I'm saying? We got to start making better decisions, man. We got to stop letting these women, you know what I'm saying? We got to start making better decisions, man. We got to start, making sure that we are on top of our game. We can't let these women get us like this, man. We continue to crash out and cause ourselves self-harm over women, bro. We got to stop doing this, bro. But let's continue.
For guys that get into a situation or find themselves where they are very much valued, or they generate revenue, or they got a lot of motion, there is nothing like a chick, a baddie, a snow bunny, whatever you want to call them. There is nothing like a woman to stop the motion that has a very, very highly efficient fleecing lawyer on their side to help themselves retire at your behest. And they successfully did it. They successfully finessed. I don't believe that Shannon Sharpe was guilty of the things he was being accused. But when you are a public figure, it really doesn't matter whether or not you believe it or not. The only thing that matters is public perception and whether or not you are going to be a hindrance to the brands you do business with. Now, I also seen that Shannon Sharpe, while he was going through his proceedings to where he was being sued for $50 million, and then the chick ultimately wound up leaving OnlyFans the day after the settlement. And I'm pretty sure that Tony Busby, who was the lawyer that was representing the woman, secured a pretty big bag. But the point that I'm making here is this, and I want to pivot over because I'm gonna go over to the Daily Mail, and I want to break down because Tony Busby is slamming the ESPN stars' claim that he targeted black men after settling the $50 million lawsuit. Now, let me break down how women do this, right, and how these guys get finessed a lot of times, because they simps, they suckers, they don't see a chick that's trying to finesse them. And I told guys while they were sitting there talking about how great snow bunnies are, how great they are when they're much younger, Listen, when you got motion, when you got clout, when you're visible, even when you're not, if you're just a man of significance, that can cost you. It can cost you a lot. Again, I don't believe that Shannon Sharp did a lot of the things that they were accusing him of. I believe the goal was to finesse him from the very beginning, and that's why she had.
Exactly. So we gotta stop looking at women in the physical, and we gotta vet these women, bro. We can't let these women keep finessing us just based off the body and the fact that, you know what I'm saying, she look a certain way. I could tell you like this, a lot of women, you know, based on their agenda, they can have sex with you and lull you to sleep with no feelings attached, bro. Especially if they got a motive. It's a lot of demonic ass women out here, bro. Fellas too. But there's a lot of demonic women out here that can finesse you, bro. They can come off like they got the best intentions, like they fuck with you like that. And they can lull you to sleep, man. They could be all over your house and they could put it on you, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. And then have you knocked out, you and she in your crib doing Lord knows what while you sleeping, bro. Like, understand, a lot of times you got to question the motive on why people come into your life, especially if it's all of a sudden. If these people ain't been riding with you for a long time, question them. If they just come into your life out of nowhere, you got to question why. I know it sucks to, you know, have to be like that, but understand, bro, it's a reason why some of these people come into your life. And you got to watch people nowadays because a lot of people got fucked up motives. And Shannon Sharp fucked around and found out. Let's continue.
Yeah, recordings. And so a lot of times they see you coming. They see you coming from a mile away and they already start setting the trap, and all you got to do is walk right into it. And because a lot of us guys don't know how to absolve ourselves from finding ourselves in a situation where chicks can finesse us, because the only thing we see is the.
Anybody in the chat, hey, y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? I'm a small channel, bro. I'm trying to grow my channel. I appreciate anybody who come in, you know what I'm saying, to tap in throughout the live stream. We're just doing a reaction to, you know, to Shannon Sharp getting fired from ESPN after settling a $50 lawsuit via Anton Daniels, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, tap in the chat. Tap in Anton Daniels as well. And we touched on the CEO situation from the Coldplay concert and a little bit on the Gilbert Arena situation. I kind of don't want to touch in too much on that because I want to get more details. But we're gonna move on back to the reaction video for Shannon Sharp fired from ESPN. Let's go.
Box, we see this type of situation happen. So it goes on to say Tony Busby, the high-profile lawyer who represented Shannon Sharp's rape, has hit back at the NFL legend's claims that he targets black men. Sharp, the tight end turned ESPN star, recently settled a $50 million lawsuit, obviously, per the Athletic. He's no longer with ESPN. Identified as an ex-girlfriend, retracted her accusation. Now, remember, if somebody actually did something to this extent, right? If somebody actually did this to you, would you be looking to get justice for yourself, or would you only be looking to get a bag in order to retract the statement? Let's keep that in mind. Goes on to say the case filed in Nevada in April initially alleged that the Hall of Famer did that to Jane Doe on October 24th, and then again in January. Sharp denied the accusations, calling the lawsuit a shakedown, and back in April he accused Busby of targeting black men. I'm gonna be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. Sharp said this is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men. Busby has become one of America's most famous lawyers, having been at the center of big money cases involving the likes of Sean Diddy Combs and NFL quarterback Deshaun Watson.
Hold on 1 second. So I don't think he targets black men per se. I mean, just from the sound of it, it could be true. But I think, honestly, at the end of the day, these people are tricking themselves out their bag. And they're doing things that they feel like they can get away with because they say have such big ego. You know what I'm saying? You think that you can get away with these things just because what your name is and who you are. You gotta understand that when it comes with, you know, when you do these things, or, you know, whether it's true or not, you have to understand the consequences of when you say no, especially to women. Like, bro, if you just get you one woman, bro, if you out there, you single, running the streets, being with a bunch of women is not the way no more, bro. It's not fun. It's not lit. It's not a vibe, bro. If you be a one woman man in 2025, I promise you, you'll love it. It'll be peaceful. If you out here ripping and running around, bro, it's no fun. It's not the vibe. It's not the wave anymore. Um, Especially if you got money. Like, don't put yourself in situations like this, bro, where you're in a position like this. You know what I'm saying? You ever get up to this level, or you know what I'm saying, you in the streets, you're just a regular everyday Joe, and you end up, you know what I'm saying, messing with so many women, and then you end up contracting something you may not be able to get rid of, bro. Be careful out there, bro. Don't let nobody trick you out your freedom. Everybody fucking everybody nowadays. And that's the problem. And that's why it's a lot of STDs and everything running rampant, shit you can't get rid of running around, because everybody fucking everybody. I would say I was gonna I was at Costco the other day, right? And it was this girl in there, and you know, whatever. I'm gonna just say it. It is what it is. So it was this girl in there, right? She had a bump on her lip, fine as hell too, thick as a motherfucker. She was checking me too, and I was like, God damn, she thick. And I know I'm being a hypocrite right now, but that's just me being a man. So I'm like, damn, this girl thick as fuck, bro. And she kept checking me, and she kept staring at me. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. I mean, I may be ugly to a lot of y'all niggas, but I don't want to be. It is what it is. But shit, you'd be surprised how I get it in real life, or how I get it in real life. But anyways, yeah, especially when I got a cut, yeah, they just stupid thick. But I seen that bump on her lip, I'm like, nah, I don't know about that. That shit look like something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call the audible on that. But anyways, let's continue.
Goes on to say in recent years, Busby also sued BP over an oil spill, earning his firm more than $500 million and won a $640 million verdict in a wrongful death against one of the country's biggest crane.
Busby getting to it.
Busby was himself sued by Jay-Z for extortion and defamation, but the case was dismissed earlier this month. In response to Sharp's claims or allegations, he told Esquire, I guess a bunch of old white men could say I'm targeting them, and a bunch of multinational corporations could say that I'm targeting them as well. I guess you could say I was targeting black people as well. I was probably targeting BP. I was targeting BP. He continued, I didn't wake up one morning and say I want to sue Shannon Sharp. He has no relevance in my life, and he throwing shots. I actually think he's very entertaining when he yells and screams and talks about sports that he's not involved in, but I think it's a legitimate case, but if I think it's a legitimate case, then I pursue it, and I think this is worth my time. So he is basically out here running up a bag.
Yeah,
he's running up a bag, and
stupid bag.
He's one of those type of people. The only person that I've actually seen call out Tony Busby is Vlad. Vlad was the only person that called him out that I seen.
This is Pod 5.
Oh, we gotta add. We gotta add, y'all. I'm on my computer, so I ain't got my YouTube Premium on here. So continue. Let's go.
Oregon, interview / debate, whatever. But the point is that when you are a public figure, you are a target. You are a target for lawsuits. You're a target for women. You're a target for visibility. And so when I say, yo, listen, all box ain't good box, that we have to have a level of discipline, that we can't find ourselves.
That's facts. All box definitely ain't good box, bro. Get you one box and let that be your only box, man. Because I'm telling you, you be out here hitting the same fucking girls after niggas done hit that shit over and over again. Y'all be sharing the same women, bro. Like when I was single, right, and I meet a girl, and if the first thing she says she's talking to somebody, I'm good. No thanks. I'm not interested in any woman. Like, if she currently talking to people, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'll pass on that. And the reason why is because I don't want to be just in your rotation. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I just ain't got time for that. We got fellas, we got to be wise about who we give our time to and who we choose. Um, we can't. I mean, I understand you want the most beautiful, thickest woman out there, but sometimes those women are not. They just ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to start choosing wisely, man, out there, bro. We can't sit back and let these women. We got to we got to take the dating market back, because I think the problem is guys like off topic whack 100 to that girl that he with. We give these women so much power and so much control over the dating market that we forget that we the fucking prize, bro. As men, we should be dictating the dating market. We should be deciding what women choose us. We shouldn't be giving this much power, because look at the way the women are acting out nowadays. These, like, they got so many fucking options now that they don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? We got to take the dating market back as men, because we giving it to women, and we letting women dictate. You know what I'm saying? The way this dating market is going, and it's not right. The more that we let them dictate the market and dictate, what's happening, the more that we gonna start to see more simping and more dudes paying for OnlyFans and boosting these girls' heads up to the point where they don't even feel like they need to be in a relationship, because a lot of these dudes is paying these women bills without even getting a chance to sniff, touch, taste, or stick them. You know what I'm saying? They don't even gotta put in. These women just gotta sit pretty, and they getting their bills paid by strange niggas they ain't never gotta fucking meet. They uploading OnlyFans feet photos and pictures and lingerie, or getting piped down on there by random niggas that they wanna deal with, and you paying for it, and you funding their lifestyle. Fellas, we gotta be better. Open your eyes, man. Let's continue.
Under duress or losing out on money, because that is money that should be allocated to our families. That is money that should be allocated to the people that are closest to us. That is money that should be allocated to us. We cannot, under any circumstance, there is no bag worth or no broad worth taking the risk of losing a bag over because she pretty or she beautiful or she young. I'm straight. I'm married to the game. I'm married to my money. I'm married to my purpose. I'm only humble to God. And so I focus 100% on those things. And that's the lesson that I think that we should get from this, is that the minute that you even get accused, your reputation, regardless of whether you did it or not, your reputation is enough to take it. And unfortunately, we also have people out here that's wishing on this downfall. I never wish for a man to lose a bag. I never wish for a man to die, and I would never wish for a man to go to jail without him having his day in court. And so, it's funny. I see people wishing bad on him. I see women talking down on him, saying that he deserved it. I don't think that he deserved it, but at the same time, there's always learned lessons that gotta come along with it. I will keep you guys updated on everything that's happening in popular culture, especially when it comes to the money, but more importantly, we gotta do things differently. We gotta adjust, because the demons is out there, and the lawyers are definitely making sure they get their day in court. I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Shannon Sharpe getting released from ESPN per The Athletic. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.
All right, so that video done. Shout out to Anton Daniels. All right, so like he said at the end, there are definitely more women out there that are twerking it up, showing their ass on Instagram, waiting for their turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, the women, like, let me tell you something, bro. That's why I say Instagram is such a hollow place. And fellas, I just think y'all need to stop simping, bro. Like, stop getting on there simping to these women that will never give you the fucking time of day. Like, these women on there, they definitely are not interested in you. Stop giving them the time of day, bro. Stop liking their pictures. Stop giving them comments, validating them, etc., etc. Pull back, because you're putting yourself in a position that it's a no-win situation, bro. They're not interested in you. They're only interested in guys like Shannon Sharp with that type of money. They're all pole in position for those type of guys. They're all waiting for their opportunity with those type of guys. And when they get ran through by those type of guys, they'll proceed to say that there's no good men. They all have the same playbook. Understand that. Stop sitting back, letting these people run your life. Stop letting women run your life. If a woman runs your life, or you let women be the number one centric focus of your life as a man, you are losing, bro. You're more than likely broke. You're not getting to your bag. You're not doing none of that, bro. You're not even focused. You let women, control your narrative and be the number one, topic of your day. You're not focused at all, bro. You're not focused. You gotta lock in, man. Let these girls, let this sit, and people ain't gonna listen because people just gonna continue to do the same shit over and over and over again. You got somebody right now doing the same thing that ain't got sued yet because they probably paying hush money. You ain't gotta pay hush money if you just don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta pay none. Just don't be involved with these shit. Don't get yourself in that situation. And you ain't gotta pay no hush money, bro. Get you a woman, settle down, and be good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta pay hush money to nobody if you ain't put yourself in that situation. It doesn't make any sense. It really don't make sense. Don't put yourself in that situation, bro. Straight up. All right, so since we live, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing everything live. I'm gonna find another video real quick that I wanna. Oh Lord, okay, I want to react to this one. This is another Ed Times Daniels video, and it's titled "Taking Care of Another Man's Child with a Single Baby Mama is Possibly the Worst Thing You Can Do." A man can do. Okay, so before he gets started, fellas, cause I kind of have an idea what he gonna say. Bro, don't ever do that. You taking the biggest L in the world, dating a woman, a single mom. And the reason why I say that, especially if she has the certain mentality, you're taking the L because she's not gonna respect you. She won't respect you, bro. She will never respect you. She will never respect you more than their actual father, because that's who she really wants. So if you step in and you taking care of another man's kids, she ain't gonna respect you, bro. And the moment that dude, he can come over there anytime and pipe her down, and he probably is when you at work, and you raising, taking care of his kids, and he taking care of your girl. You know what I'm saying? So, fellas, be careful out there. You gotta properly vet those women, especially. You gotta vet all women, but especially those. You know what I'm saying? Y'all live separate, you know what I'm saying? And you do things from a distance, have your own. Don't move in with her. Don't ever move in with a woman, fellas. And vice versa. Don't have your own shit. Until y'all get married, stay apart. Unless y'all got kids together, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna react to this video. Let's go.
And before...
Alright, so let me get to it. And of course we gotta add. Oh, we gotta add. We don't like ads. Oh no. So this video is called "Taking Care of Another Man's Child with a Single Baby Mama is Possibly the Worst Thing a Man Can Do." Let's get it.
About to have this conversation. All right, listen. You got to be able to separate the difference between a woman that's a wife and a woman that's for everybody. All right. The women that are wives, they instinctively move a completely different way. They're a completely different animal. They're a completely different creature. All right. All women are not the same. There's different species, right? Just like there's different monkeys, there's different cats, okay? There are different types of women, right? And all women are not created equal. And so what men don't understand is that they're trying to categorize them all the same based off of some of the dumbest things that I've ever seen in my life. So, for example, they'll categorize them based off of what they look like. They'll categorize them based off of, you gonna turn that down? They'll categorize them based off of their nationality. They'll categorize them based off of a whole lot of different things. But the thing that they overlook the most is how to identify the difference between a chick that's really for the streets and a chick that's really for, that's supposed to be a wife. All right?
Okay, stop it right there. That's facts. So I think that brothers struggle to identify that because they don't vet women properly. So when you getting with these women, you like, especially, let me tell you another thing. If the first thing you notice when you meet a woman is her ass and titties, you don't want that woman. Like you don't want that woman long term. You don't want a relationship with that woman long term. You want to fuck. Okay? You just want to fuck. If that's your first thing you notice about her, you want to fuck. Like when you were like really attracted to a woman, you might notice those things obviously, but it's about, looking in her eyes, having conversation with her, and you just develop this connection with her intellectually. You know what I'm saying? And you want to like, you want to get to know her. You know what I'm saying? On some sapiosexual type shit. You vibe and y'all have good conversation type shit. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just about the ass and titties, you're not locked in. You're not tapped in with her like that. You just want to hit that shit. And that's just me being straight up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being honest. You gotta, it's levels to this, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, when she give it up to you on the first night or the first, week or whatever, especially the first night, but if she giving it up to you that quick, you ain't the only one she doing that, she did that for or doing that too. Watch the signs, bro. But let's continue.
So let me give you some of the telltale signs, okay? A woman that is a baby mother that is not widowed is not your wife. It's not for you, bro. I know that this is going to be one of the most controversial things that I say tonight, but I'm just going to tell you. If she had a kid out of wedlock, I would never advise a guy to do something that I wouldn't do, okay? And before you even consider getting in a relationship, now this is much different than a guy that just chooses to have sex with her. I don't dick police. I do say exercise a level of dick discipline because you never want to fumble the bag as a result of dealing with a woman at all. Women have largely been the bane of a lot of men's existence, and it is the downfall of some of the biggest kingdoms. You work your whole life, you build it up, and then you fumble it over a woman. Right? So, hey, never deal or I would never advocate for a man to marry a
Free
woman.
that nigga, bro.
To marry a woman that is a single mother. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not an advocate for it. I think it is one of the dumbest moves that a guy can pull.
Man, come on, man. Like, and then another thing, bro, before I touch on that, if she don't want to have kids with you, but if she doesn't have kids, but she wants you to marry her, and then by law, that's your kid, and y'all get a divorce, and you responsible for that kid as far as spousal. Finesse of the century. Don't put yourself in that predicament. Start your own family. You know what I'm saying? If you want a family, find a girl that don't have children, and if y'all mutually agree to have children, start your own family, bro. It's okay. But don't sit back and let these women finesse you like that. You know what I'm saying? And you taking care of another man's child. You know what I'm saying? And you're not reaping the benefits of that woman, and that woman is not willing to have children with you as well. Yeah, that's a finesse. And then to be careful of the women that want to do the I'm a born again virgin thing, and I want to wait till sex. I want to wait till marriage to have sex. Man, fuck that. You had a child out of wedlock. You've been getting bust down up to this point. So you want to sit back and then make another nigga or make a nigga wait until marriage? You've lost your fucking mind, man. You gonna be because them women, those are the type of women they fucking confused. Because I feel like If you don't agree to stuff like that, they wouldn't try you like that. But for a nigga that has his finances right and certain things that they find attractive, they wouldn't make him wait. They only make niggas wait that'll go along with that bullshit. But let's continue.
Right? I don't care what Umar Johnson tells you. I don't care what Boyce Watkins' corny ass told you. I don't care what Steve Harvey is telling you. I don't care if Shannon Sharp is out here paying for divorces. Never, ever marry a woman or look to get in a relationship with a woman that is a single mother, especially if she's not a widow. That is a death trap. It's a death trap. You are going to go and take care of another man's kids. You are going to have to deal with another man, considering that you do realize that the true measure of what marriage used to be, especially as it relates to biblical terms, because I know a lot of y'all try to act like y'all believe in God. So let's put it to the test. Did you know that when a man had sex with a woman, that was literally his wife? That was the determining factor for whether or not she was his wife or not, is when he had sex with her. And so when you take that into consideration and you really assess the fact that, well, if this man had a baby with her, and at any point he can come back and have a conversation or fight for his kid or go back and forth or negotiate with her, you want a relationship with both of them. You as a man, you listen, you're not hearing me. You're not thinking logically because you're thinking with your small head instead of thinking with tall head.
Mm-hmm.
You are in a relationship with both of them for the duration of that child's life. That man will always play a role or have the option to insert himself into your life as a result of the fact that you participated in something that you wasn't supposed to be involved in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
Now, see, that's what I was saying earlier. The child's father will be able to insert himself and he'll have access to that child because by being biologically his, and her and him and her, you know what I'm saying, still having that connection with him. I'm gonna tell you like this: he can hit that at any time he want. I don't care what them bitches say. Don't let them women lie to you and try to make it seem like that man can't hit when he want. That's cap. But let's move on.
I'm telling you, listen, right now, there is a premiere happening on Tasha K's app channel or something like that. And she already dropped the preview with Jim Townsend. Who is Jim Townsend? Jim Townsend just so happened to be a former drug kingpin turned chatty patty that wrote a book called Snakes in the Grass about the life and a tell-all book of what it was that he was dealing with as a result of Steve Harvey marrying Marshall. Kids is grown, married, out the house, living their life. Steve.
I was getting students.
He was supposed to be in his later years living in bliss, and he's gotten to the bag and all of that. He did the right thing, took care of another man's kids, adopted him, gave him his last name. And Jim Townsend is still sitting here having conversations with Tasha K today, talking about what Steve said to his little son back when they was a little kid. This man was supposed to be in jail for the rest of his life. Allegedly, according to what people are telling me, Steve Harvey petitioned Obama on his behalf in order to get some of his sentence commuted so that he can get out of prison and he wouldn't spend the rest of his life in jail. And this man is still having conversations and coming back to haunt this man after he took care of this man's kids while he was locked up in prison.
Now you see why? Now you see how ungrateful people are? I never heard about that until now. That's why you can't do nothing for people. The man, helped get your sentence, part of your sentence commuted. In spite of you supposed to being in jail for the rest of your life for something you did. And that man has helped raising your kids. And then you get out and you be ungrateful and dishonorable to that man. That's why nowadays you can't really trust nobody or put trust in people no more. Because look what the fuck people do. Stab you right in the back. A lot of people can't be trusted nowadays, bro. That's why you got to do for yourself first and foremost. I know it's cool, and you know you want to be, um, you know what I'm saying, that good person. You know you think you're doing a good deed, but most people won't appreciate what you do. And that's unfortunate, but that's why you gotta look out for yourself and yourself first. Mm.
Now tell me how that makes sense. Somebody said that they disagree with me. Well, okay, well, here's the link. Help me to understand where I'm wrong. Help me to understand what. Listen, for the entirety of that child's life, in one way or another, all of y'all is married because you have to, in some way, shape, or form, still interact with, deal with, or hear from another dude because you took care of his child. My father told me that nice guys finish last. My father told me nice guys finish last.
He is 1,000% correct. Nice guys do finish last. I even know that's an old saying. I think people get the term nice confused and conflicted because it's one thing to be nice. Women like nice guys, and I know you like women like bad guys. Those are not women; those are girls. A woman loves a nice man, but it's different. There's levels to it, right? On one side, if you're a nice guy, but you have ulterior motives, that's not the level of nice that a woman wants. But on the other hand, and what I mean by that, right? First of all, is that a woman, you play nice in the beginning, and then you show your true colors. You know what I'm saying? As a relationship go on, that's the type of nice guy women don't want. The type of nice guy women want is just you being yourself. If you're a genuinely good person, and you're a leader, you know what I'm saying, and you put a woman in her place, she gonna respect you. You know what I'm saying? She gonna follow your lead. A woman love a man who put her in her place. Don't let society tell you otherwise and tell you that, you know what I'm saying, these gang bangers and gang members, because all that shit is temporary. So then women go for them guys, girls go for them guys, because there's a difference between girls and women. Girls go for them guys because they have a false sense of protection, knowing that they putting their lives on the line and everything in between by dealing with those guys. But it'd be too late by the time they understand or they get ran through and then they want to say there's no good men. A lot of times it'd be the men that y'all choose. Y'all choose these men because y'all see the money, the cars, the clothes, and the material things that at the end of the day don't matter. Somebody can have all those things and not be an ain't shit person and not have no integrity or anything about himself that shows that he a real one. But they think being a gang member and being a rapper and a scammer, those are the guys that they find attractive. Those are girls. Those are not women. So know the difference. It's a lot of women. It's a lot of grown girls instead of grown women, and there's more grown girls than grown women. Know the difference, fellas, and choose wisely. I'm telling you. You thank me later. And that's what and one more thing, that's what he's saying, you know what I'm saying, in terms of you have women, you have babies with these grown girls instead of grown women, because grown women is going to make sacrifices and y'all going to work together to raise these children and make the home peaceful, and y'all grow these children and shape and mold these children into being successful. That's a grown woman. Grown girls are going to only be selfish, and they're not gonna want to build nothing with you. They're gonna want to use the children as a weapon against you. And when when you don't feel like the situation is favorable for you as a man and you want to leave, they're gonna try to use those children to weaponize you against you in the system. And boom, you're in the system because you had children with a grown girl instead of a grown woman. It's a difference, y'all. Let's continue.
And he was absolutely right. He was 100% right. God bless his soul. Rest in peace, OG Dad. Why would you ever take care of voluntarily based off of the fact that you love another woman? Why would you sign up to take care of another man's kids? I can't see it. I would never advise a man do it. To all of y'all step baby daddies out there, God bless you and congratulations. I'm not built like that. God didn't put that burden on my shoulders. Think about it, man. Think about it. Let's put it in perspective. This woman laid down. Come on, man. I know y'all don't want to talk about this, but let's talk about it. This woman laid down. Missionary, doggy style, riding, took the whole load. It wasn't a one time to get pregnant thing. She was taking it in. She was getting bust down. And then his seed inserted her. And then it grew like a tree. And now you're nurturing, watering, pruning, and picking leaves in order to make sure that this tree grows upright and this tree don't even acknowledge you as his father. How does that make sense? How does that make sense?
It don't. All right, that's done. It don't make sense. It don't make sense, man. It's bad, man. That's why I say, like, that's why single moms be out here offended because when men don't want to date them. No, we're just smart. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to take over somebody else's responsibility. And if he ever wanted to come around and bust you down again, you'll let him. I'm telling you, you're just a placeholder, bro. Especially the women who say they man in jail, run. If a girl, if you meet a woman, she say her man in jail, run. That's a definite fuck no. But yeah, it's fucked up out here, man. You got to be careful out here with these chicks, man. It's unfortunate that this world is in the shape it's in. It really is, man. But you got to be careful out here, man. For real. Be careful out here. You got to really be careful out here. My bad, I was checking something. Yeah, you gotta be careful out here. Y'all, I appreciate y'all tapping in. To be honest, bro, I'm kind of getting comfortable making content. I feel like going live is probably like better than filming like videos because I feel like I can have a live reaction with y'all. You know, anybody who tap in, ain't nobody here right now that look like, but that's cool. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just stepping my foot into this YouTube stuff, and hopefully it tee up as I start to get more experience. And you know, I appreciate everybody who did that like button, and we reacted to a couple of Anton Daniels videos and touched on a couple other situations that's going on. I'm gonna probably go live tomorrow night too. Not really sure yet what I'm gonna be talking about, but you'll see it in the title. But it's your boy Logic Perspective, aka all dubs no L's. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, man. Tap in the next live stream, hit the like button on your way out, and I appreciate y'all, and y'all stay blessed. And remember, all dubs no L's, all 2025. Keep your head up out here in this world, man. It's hard out here, but don't worry, man. It'll get better. But y'all be blessed, y'all be safe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next stream. I'm gone.